Hey guys, this is a special video to give thanks to Tyler, who very, very generously sent some bits in to donate to the project. I'm absolutely just gobsmacked at how generous you guys have been, and I just this is just a huge help to me, and it's so humbling to see how many just good people there are out there. So just we're going to go to the sort of highlights of some of the things he sent in, and kind of talk about what make good bits for conversions and stuff. So like this right here, this is a half of a land speeder. You know, the back's been cut off probably for some conversion stuff. It's missing pieces. There's parts where the hole doesn't meet. But believe it or not, stuff like this is some of the best stuff for conversions, because first of all, the fact that it's broken makes them often very easy to acquire. Going onto eBay and like buying broken stuff, or like you can go to like you can go to certain Facebook groups that kind of specialize in buying and selling 40K stuff. You can get broken stuff for not a lot. I remember I got a basilisk once for like $5, and it was missing a whole bunch of pieces and stuff. But when you're kit bashing with orcs, missing pieces is not a problem. So like let's look at this speeder here for a second. So we could put new engines on it, give it a nice big orky rocket on the back. We could take the crew out that are here and put in some orky crew, or we could just cover the whole thing up with paneling and just imply that there's an orky crew inside. We could leave it as a hover vehicle, or we could add wheels to it. Any gaps in the construction, we can just cover up with extra armor plates and armored gubbins and stuff. And so this, depending on what weapons we could give it, this could be a really nice buggy. This could be shock jump dragster. This could be just almost anything you can think of. So stuff like this is just gold. It's so useful, because, and this is something that veteran orc players know, every model kit is also an orc kit, if that makes sense. Like any model kit you have can also be an orc kit if you just use it that way. So thank you, Tyler, for this. This was absolutely wonderful, and I'm going to turn this into something amazing. It's going to be something really cool. And then we have this old rhino here. It's missing some track. There we go. Missing some track pieces, but that's not a problem. We can totally fix that. It's missing the hatch. And what I was thinking with this one is what we could do is we could actually build out through this and build like a catapult, like a medieval style catapult, out of wood and sticks and stuff, and then have the grot crew flinging pots of buzzer squigs. If you guys remember the old buzzer squig squig catapult from second and third edition, we could bring that back, and this could end up being a Rucka Truck squig buggy. And I think that something like that would be so much fun. So like a lot of times the parts that it's missing, the parts that are broken, actually serve as an inspiration point for where to start. Because you're like, oh, okay, there's nothing here. Well, let's put something there. This part's missing. Well, let's fill it with something. And there's just all sorts of great stuff you can do. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. But the real thing, the thing I'm so thankful for, he has a sprue, like still new on sprue that he sent me of the Snotling Blood Bowl team. And that's so great. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all these little snotlings. And it's great because now what I can do is I can take these little snotlings and just put them all over the vehicle, right? Just hanging off the edge, falling off, picking their noses, blowing horns, doing all the stuff that snotlings do. And it's a great and easy way to just make any vehicle feel very orky. You just have a whole bunch of hangers on. And there's like this little mushroom guy here that's part of the Blood Bowl team, and I'm like, oh man, I got to use that for something. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'm going to use it for this guy's like riding a little squig that's just like a ball that bounces. There's the other half of the ball right there, and I was thinking, well, I could either add legs to it, right, and make it like a proper squig, or I could have it be some sort of like a bomb squig, like an ordnance or something like that. This is just so awesome, so generous. You're going to be seeing a lot of this in the near future. And then there was like one little snotling who's kind of on some stilts, and one of the stilts is broken off, but that's okay, because if we've learned anything today, it's that having a piece broken off is not a deal breaker for us orcs, not at all. Another thing that he sent that's just really cool is he plays Custodes, and I guess Custodes players, no, not Grey Knights. I think Grey Knights end up with a lot of these little shoulder pauldron things, these little honor armpit guards, sabbats, they might be called. They end up with a lot of these, and these are great because what these are armor panels that we can just start throwing on stuff, right? So you can get like in fact, I was thinking about getting like a tank or like a vehicle from the dollar store, and then we could just start covering it with these things like little tiles, right? Tiles of armor that the grots have just welded on. And it's cool because first of all, that's exactly what they would do. But then second, it tells a story. It's like, oh my gosh, did these grots kill a bunch of Grey Knights, and now they're just chopping up their armor and putting it on their vehicles like little tiles? And the answer is yes. Yes, that's precisely what they're doing. And then two other bits that I wanted to show you that he sent me is these amazing turbines. I have no idea where these are from. I have no idea where they come from, but oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. Especially because they're textured on both sides, right? So and you can see through them. So with these, I'm like, oh my gosh, check it out. I could use a pair of these. I could make you can see right there. Oh, we're making a pod racer, baby. Oh yeah. And so these, I'm going to think very, very long and hard about how to use these bits, because these are just so cool, and they're you almost don't need to do anything there with them. They start off very, very orky, and they just go from there. And then we have over here, we have some little tank, little hatches. Hatches are great. Hatches are some of my favorite bits, because if you put a tank hatch on almost anything, it just starts feeling like a vehicle. You know, even if you're just taking like a cardboard box, you put a couple hatches on the top, it starts feeling like a fighting vehicle. And closed, open, both are good. And their hatches, a lot of people end up with spare hatches. And so if you have a gaming group, you can talk to them and be like, hey, can we trade some bits? Bits trading, by the way, is one of the best parts of the hobby. You think that like trading Pokemon cards is fun? No, just go into bits trading. Because what you're doing is you're taking bits that you don't need anymore and you're trading them with your friends. Then they can use those bits, and then they trade with you and you can use their bits, and it just makes everything great. And trading bits with your friends is one of my favorite things to do in the hobby. Another great, we have some little, I think this is from the Space Marine Impulsor. I call these little gubbins, greeblies, where you can just kind of put this on almost anything. You just glue it to a flat surface. So you got like a panel here, and like, all right, well, it's kind of empty, and throw that on there. It's like, ooh, now it looks a little sci-fi. And then you get another one here, and you glue that one there, and then I don't know. Here's like a little piece of armor. Put it there, and so you can see just by adding just a few little leftover bits to even a flat surface, it starts looking the part. And so greeblies are always great. And then I don't know where these are from, but he sent me a pair of tusks, and oh my gosh, look, those are good tusks. I don't have the foggiest where these come from. They're clearly Games Workshop plastic, but I don't know where they're from. But man, these, I think, on the front of a truck, right? Just looks like something you could just impale somebody with. Or if you do them vertically, you could do tusks. Yeah, just so useful. And then we have like a bunch of little shields here and stuff. And I like using shields, especially I like combining them with wood. I think these are the bigger shields from like the Dread Knight. So you can see got little shields, big shields, and we can mix them together, so it looks like the grots have just welded a whole bunch of stuff, whatever they found lying around, they can start welding them on. And so these, believe it or not, these kind of leftover bits are some of the best things in the world for conversions, because they're very, very versatile. You can use them, and you don't use them just to decorate, but you also use them to cover up gaps and mistakes. So remember how earlier we were talking about, oh, this one has a little part that is missing? Well, we glue that guy on there and muss it up a bit, and there you go. Now it looks even orkier than before. So huge thank you to Tyler for sending these bits. I'm gonna ask him what he wants me to build, because I think he should be able to make a request, right? If you're gonna donate bits, you should be able to make a request. So I'm gonna see what his request is. But I just wanted to do a public shout out, thank you. He is an awesome guy, and he deserves all the love in the world. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you later.